And it's unfair. You and I can have a discussion, Clayton, about how much money we give, how do we fix the homeless problem. But the one discussion we can't have any disagreement on, do you take care of American citizens first? Or do you make them stay and sleep in the freezing cold while I take care of foreign nationals that broke our nation's laws and I give them everything they need? When I was coming out of those homeless shelters, the illegal alien migrant hotels, you know what I saw? I saw men wearing very nice clothes, extremely clean, watches, jewelry. Another thing I saw, Clayton, they were jumping in and out of vehicles that they bought that had no license plates, no anything. And I'm told by Chicago PD officers, we're not allowed to stop them. We know who they are. They get to drive licenseless, plateless, anything. Just, it's anarchy. It's anarchy. And I will tell you this, I talked to several lieutenants within the Chicago PD, and they told me the plan was to have no plan, meaning just chaos. These are soldiers, frontline law enforcement guys telling me this is a disaster. And they tell me also the DNC comes in August. They said, prepare. It's going to be beyond insane. Crime, rampant, BLM, anarchists, illegal aliens, gang members says, we're not prepared. That's quote, we are not prepared. That's why you're seeing the DNC thinking about canceling their convention.
And you said they're not prepared. The Chicago PD says we're not prepared?
This is a quote, Chicago PD lieutenant told me, we are not prepared and our federal partners are extremely concerned because we do not have a handle on anything.
I hope people are paying attention to what JJ just said. That is unbelievable, what you just told me. I'm frankly speechless. I mean, and I'm like on the verge of tears, to be honest with you. Like I can't freaking believe that this is happening in the United States of America right now. I mean, we need, I don't know what we do, but you've seen, of course, videos talking about 80,000 Americans ready to go, ready to launch a revolution, legal revolution in this country to expel these people. You have all of these black activists and black citizens here who are being trampled under the foot of illegal immigration by the Democrats. And they're saying, we're about to go to war. And what is the Biden administration doing right now? Literally the same day I'm talking to you, Rachel Levine, who's the trans, Surgeon General or whatever the hell he is issuing a statement saying the number one threat to black Americans right now is climate change. So this is, I'm not making that up.
It's funny. You got to laugh or you're going to cry.
I know, like, this is how out of touch these people are. I mean, I hope next time once the treason documentary is done, I hope you go to these black communities in Chicago and do another documentary on how climate change is the number one thing that's affecting them right now. Because all that frostbite that they're getting is a direct result of climate change. I mean, it's absolutely infuriating. And of course, we've covered, of course, all the NGOs and the number of the funneling of this money here, this migrant center. But I just got to ask you, I mean, what does it seem like it's organized? You hear from these different activists who are talking about there's a war coming. Are they all on the same page with this? Are they talking about what's coming? Are they actively preparing for something? I mean, you talk about this sort of tinderbox moment. I guess I'm more worried about sort of the explosive moment. You know, the start of World War I moment in the United States. What will be the shot heard around the world moment? Will we have a George Floyd style moment that will be used to rally? And do they seem like they're all on the same page with this?
They're all on the same page. And I can't reiterate this enough. I'm talking to men that have been out of prison for a year or two, spent 2.5 decades in prison, major gang members. The creator, I sat down with the founder of the Black Disciples. They're all telling me, from there to the beautiful woman that works in the soup kitchen that's overworked out of her mind, to street pastors, to a mega pastor, to politicians and precinct leaders and everyone in between, not knowing that I'm speaking to everyone else, right? Like I'm walling everyone off. They're adamantly, we're going to war. That's what they're saying. This is not my words. I'm not coming up with a phrase. They're saying, we are going to war. And I asked them, well, what does that look like? Whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes. And they think we're going to roll over? And they made a very great point to me. They said, we have been abused for decades. We have lived in squalor for decades. We have been oppressed for decades. Do you think 10, 20, 100, 200,000 illegal aliens from Venezuela are going to beat us? You know where we have been conditioned? When we're talking about going to war, we've been at war. And I'm going to tell you, that's a war zone already. It's dilapidated. The only thing that's missing is maybe some tanks, military tanks running through that city, because it's dilapidated. There's no grocery stores. You have to go get food at the gas station. There's no industry. There's no nothing. I don't even know how to really quantify how desperate and how desolate and hopeless that place is. But they are full of hope because their hope is in them. And I will say this because I know, because I've been on the other side where I'm like, you voted for this, inner city Chicago. All of your aldermen, city council, mayor, chief of police, everyone, even they say are all black. But to their credit, they said the only way that we're going to clean up our communities is we clean it up. The men clean it up. We come back from prison and we help. He says, but there is no resources. We have no money. And when you look at it, and they're absolutely right, $3 billion from Chicago has been poured into the illegal aliens. Nothing for inner city blacks. Let me go one step further. I'm talking to the GOP leader, and he tells me, do you know last week that we beat back a bond measure for $150 million for illegal aliens? We beat it back. He goes, but you know what Mayor Johnson did? They did a circle around and they took out a loan, not for $150 million, but for $1.25 billion. And all of it is earmarked for illegal aliens. So you think, and the last thing, one thing I want to tell you, Clayton, the last adjective that they all use to describe how they feel, the black residents in inner city Chicago, they say, we feel humiliated. When you combine resentment, anger, and then you throw humiliation on with a dose of no hope and devastation, that's a recipe for disaster, dude. And I lived it. I was there 3 days straight just filming and talking. And I came away flying back to my suburban, very police-oriented neighborhood that I don't worry about anything except take care of my wife and my son. I'm flying home and I'm thinking, what did I just see? What world am I flying from? That was not America. My partner in this, Ryan Matta, and I were talking, dude, where did we just come from? That's how bizarre this whole thing is. And the federal government is doing this to America on purpose.
War, revolution, use whatever word you want, but it's coming to the United States of America right now. And someone who's on the front lines right now, being able to educate all of us about what's happening. I hope you share this with people. I hope you publish this on Facebook if they'll let you. Probably get blocked. Share this everywhere. Let people know what's coming. This is the United States of America right now. J.J. Carroll has been our guest. His new documentary is called Treason. Hopefully it'll be published in the fall, but he's, of course, putting all of this together right now, traveling the country, and he's kind enough to share some of these dispatches with us as this story unfolds. But this one really got me, J.J. I mean, this really hit me in a way that I didn't think it was going to, but it really has. Thank you for joining us, J.J. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for the time, as always, Clayton.
I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. You know, YouTube thinks that you'll actually like this next video right here. It's personalized based on your own viewing habits. So if you watch the video, please leave a comment. Let us know what you think about it. And we will see you next time, everyone.
All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, the rule well, and salutations to the hopeful elect brothers out there pushing this truth with all diligence and sincerity. This is the brother Lahab coming to you with another lesson. As you can see, war is on the horizon, man. You just seen the guy from Redacted say that, and this was actually, he was the one man was referring to what's going on here in Chicago with all the immigrants, even though they're all over the U.S., but primarily it's a bulk of them in Chicago. And Chicago itself is already a crime-ridden, cramped area where people are. It's tons of homeless everywhere, and lack of housing. And here it is, you've moved in, even though they're part of our tribes, they're a part of Israel, you know, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as they're called today and by their bywords. But nonetheless, this government set the system up to outsource the people that actually live here. All right. And as well as, hey, it is not going to help the economy by that. You're bringing down the livelihood of your citizens, and that's actually wicked. You moved in foreign residents into your backyard, man, and you're trying to get rid of the citizens that are already here. You know, you saw the one guy who looks like an Edomite. You know, he was saying, he started mentioning Southern Kingdom so-called black people. Like, yeah, you know, they've been talking about what's going on in the neighborhoods, and it's true, man, because here it is, Jake's been getting shitted on. You know, even certain Northern Kingdom that were born in the States, or, you know, they tried to fight to get their green cards or visas, so to speak. They're hot as hell that these people were allowed in, you know, and they just got it like that. But really, you know, it was done this way and orchestrated this way for a purpose. But this is Sirach chapter 10, verse 3. It says, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. And as we see, this king that's in power right now is not a very wise one, man. You know, because if that's the case, he would have given aid and jobs and a fair wage and affordable housing to the residents that are already here, that's been living here and that have been building up this country, man. But hey, nevertheless, this is not a very wise king. This is a wicked king. All right, and soon he's going to be taken out of the way. But this is all orchestrated for what? Order ab chaos. All right, as they said that people are going to fight soon. It's already a war zone. He's using words like that. He said it's going to turn into World War I in the States. Well, as you can see, it's already getting a little violent. But sooner or later, the more the poverty rate goes up, all right, it's going to get that way. But this is Sirach chapter 32. I mean, it's like chapter 34, verse 21. It says, the bread of the needy is their life, and he that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood. And as we see, the man that's in authority is a man of blood, man. Because here it is, you know, Jake gets pulled over just for not having a seatbelt, but they, you know, you got immigrants that are driving cars. How did they get the cars in the first place? You know, and they don't even have a proper registry, man. But nonetheless, you think that this isn't set up to make people angry? Yes, it is. It absolutely is, man. And he talks about that a man shall have no pity on his neighbor for the lack of bread thereof. Well, it's getting real scarce for most Jakes to even get jobs, man. You know, who's being employed? All right, you have the so-called black woman. She's getting employed. All right, and Moes. All right. You got Jake that's been in neighborhoods like where I'm at. I'm in Hyde Park, and it's nothing but a bunch of Moes, black women, and heathens. When this used to be more of a somewhat of a decent Jake neighborhood, where, you know, it was more like a kind of military in a way. It was one of the better neighborhoods, man. You know, going back in the day, man. But here it is now. You know, it's bougie as hell. Everything's overpriced, and people are underpaid, man. And you think people aren't gonna fight? All right. Verse 22, it says, he that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him, and he that defraudeth the laborer of his hire is a bloodshedder. All right. When one buildeth and another pulleth down, what profit have they then but labor? Exactly, man. So this place is getting built up, but nobody's profiting off of it, man. You're moving people out of their neighborhoods, but there's no real profit out of it. And so, you know, what's going to happen in this neighborhood, seeing as though, you know, the neighborhood that I'm in, is weak, and people see bread, what they're going to do is they're going to start moving and coming in and moving on these people, man. All right. Not to mention that some of the immigrants that came in were actually military, and some of them Biden's military, as they say. And some of them from most of these are guys that plan to invade this place, man. But here it is, everybody's being set up in this place except for the people that built this place, man, the actual workers. But like I said, it was done this way on purpose, man. This is organized chaos. That's what Esau does. But it's gonna move against him, man. But only a fool would do this, man. Only a fool would poison his slaves, man. Only a fool wouldn't give his slaves a fair wage. You got these slaves want to be slaves. These man, the so-called black man wants to be a slave, man. But that just goes to show you the Lord, he wants to piss Jake off, man. All right. The Lord wants to light a fire under these people's belly because the Lord is not, he's not pacified, man. I'm going to get one last precept, then I'm going to end it off, man. Because sooner or later, it's going to get so bad that it is going to be civil war in the streets, man. Actually, I'm gonna get this scripture in Zechariah, then I'm going to end it off with the Matthews. A time like no other is coming. And it's funny as hell because I don't know what the hell is going on, but it's nothing but sirens in my background. And there's helicopters all over the place, man. But I will tell you what I know is going down. Judgment is going down. I don't know the exact judgment, but somebody's getting their ass judged. Hallelujah. But this is Zechariah 14:14. It says, and Judah also shall fight at Jerusalem. And that's talking about the Jerusalem of the people, man. And the wealth of all the heathen round about shall be gathered together, gold and silver and apparel in great abundance. All right. Just like in places like where I'm at, because of the gentrification. All right. The bougie alphabet people and the people that live lavishly, and you shitting on people that and it's their neighborhood, man, moving them out, making it hard for them to live. Hey, man, they about to find out that how Chicago was in the 90s, man, but worse. And not just in places like this, man, that have this stigma to it, but in other areas all over the U.S., man. We're coming into that time where this guy wants this chaos to happen so he can start moving martial law into the streets. But then it's going to also get out of control with that, man, because you're going to be fighting militias. Like the guys we're actually talking about. You're going to have Jake joining the hand with some of these Edomites, and then you're going to have some actual good old boys, man, the racist ones as well. But you got a lot of ex-military, man, and a lot of them are Jake. A lot of them band together, man. They're going to be banding together, and they're going to be fighting this establishment, man. The left and the right. All right? Antifa, because the left is really, they actually are violent because they're unreasonable. The right is wicked as hell, too. But at the same time, they're a bit more reasonable than the leftist liberals, man. But the Lord has comprised this for his enterprise, man. Not for this devil's enterprise, but for his enterprise, man. All right. Yeah, this is Matthew 24:7. It says, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, man. So this is going to be when Jacob's trouble is going to pop off. And then it's going to get even worse when that famine comes, man. Because it's going to be popping off before the famine comes. But when that tree starts to get green, and nobody's really going to work because it's too violent and the trucks aren't moving, that's when we're really going to be in the shits, man. And we're approaching that fast is that day that's coming. And it's not going to turn around. We keep saying it. And the more we keep saying it, the more it's going to be displayed, man. We understand what we're a part of. We understand through the spirit that Yahweh Shemi Shai is not happy with this place. And we understand that likewise, the people that are settled on their leaves, we can't rouse them up. That's the Lord's job. Because all you people are going to be startled when the Lord, starts to judge this place, man. Nevertheless, it says that the wicked shall never understand. So you're just going to be getting jacked up. But yeah, man, this devil is moving against this place. The Most High is mingled a perverse spirit amongst these heathen to do the things that they do, and to no avail. To no avail. All right? The left and the right work against each other, and if that's the case, that bird ain't flying, it's falling. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakwadash, Shalom, and Abba Babal. Kwam Yasharallah.